Hi and welcome everyone. It's Lavender Sky Panther with you on Monday, July 8th, 2024 for a fun little card reading today. Haven't done one in a while and now's the time, no time like the present. I'd like to take a moment and say thank you to all of you, whether you're returning or new to this channel. I appreciate your being here. And you'll notice I cover a variety of things on this channel. So I started off doing sky observations, catching sky anomalies, things like cloak and craft and whatnot, and I still do that. But I also cover nature moments and also things like this, little spiritual readings or words, wisdoms, and spirit of the day messages. So hopefully something appeals to you, and if this isn't for you, there'll be something coming up that probably is. Anyway, for those who do want to stay and join me for this little reading, I have these three little figurines to choose from. These are going to apply to some bonus cards only. So past this, I'm going to just do a general reading for the collective right now. But go ahead and pick either the penguin on the left, the little Moomintroll in the center, or the Sasquatch on the right. And if you want, pick two of the figures or all three or just one or none, however you like. So that'll be coming up for later. So go ahead and make your selection there. And now I'm going to zoom out and show you the overall spread. So because I don't have the tripod working here, I like to just kind of hold the camera and move around, so hopefully you don't get seasick or motion sick. But I'm just going to show you like the overall spread here. And then I will move the camera in and we'll look at the cards in more detail. So the way that the things wanted to present today with the cards, pardon my fingers, is that we have the crux or the core of the reading is in the center, you know, with this deck. So when I move in, and pardon, you might hear me cough a bit. When we move in, I started with the first three going horizontal. So what I was trying to do, was guided to do at first, was have more recent, past, the present where the turtle is, and then on the right hand would be the near future. The bottom is the underlying current of the whole message, and the above is the overarching or kind of overall spirit of the message. But then the more I started to pull cards to the left and the right to clarify some of these cards, it turned out just to be that, we'll still stick with the core, of the reading, and I'll radiate out from there. But just go with me. We'll see where the reading wants to go as we get into it. So what I will do is zoom down in, and first what I do want to center on, well, I guess we'll go ahead and go look at what was supposed to be kind of the recent past. When I say recent past, it also might be the now. So maybe you've been leaning toward, maybe you or your body's been kind of asking you to lean toward a cleanse, and maybe you're not sure how to go about it. There are a lot of naturopathic outlets, let's just say, where you can order some things that are made with natural herbs to do a cleanse. Or you might just want to close your eyes and really connect in with your own body. Close your eyes for a moment, get into a very still, calm place, and ask your body what it wants. It could be anything from, calls my attention over here. We've got dandelion repeating twice on these cards, and we'll get to them in a minute. So maybe you want something as simple as a dandelion root tea to drink, or chamomile, or, any number of things. Maybe just check in with your body and just scan and see if it wants anything that's like seed-based or flower, fruit, vegetable, whatever, to do that cleanse. Or you might find, unbeknownst to you, that you really crave something that's technically not good for you, but that's also another way to cleanse, isn't it? So anyway, just really listen and cue in and listen to your own body. And if you're getting nothing when you do that, just keep at it, keep practicing, just getting real still. Maybe for me it works to close your eyes anyway, and just kind of ask it silently, telepathically, what do you want? Do we even need a cleanse? And if we do, how would you like to do that? Right? It could even just be drinking a lot of extra water with fresh lemon squeezed in, or hot water with lemon squeezed in first thing in the morning, or things like almonds for digestive. And again, just check in with your body on that. So it's interesting here on the card, though, we've got two golden lemons in the slices, and then we've got these little children. They're like miniature fairy children, because that's supposed to be a regular sized walnut, and they're having a seesaw on it. But they've got the two golden coins too. So in this case, it just reminds me they're smiling, they're happy, and it looks like, whatever you do, it'll be successful, right? And even if the choice is to do nothing. But they seem happy and youthful. And that's what I think you will be too if you just try. Maybe just even try something that you normally don't do, and then just put your intention on it that you want to have a youthful, happy, clean, and free and clean body, clear body. Okay? Now I think I'll just stick to the left-hand side for a minute instead of moving through, the core of the reading, because we have this theme of cleansing and being healthy and nourishing on the body. And then I'm, drawn to up here we have listen to the music, number 19 or number 10 or number 1, if you're looking at the numbers. And if you've seen any of my other readings, I'd like to refer you to Australian blog site called Joanne's Sacred Scribes Angel Numbers for the positive aspects of the different numbers. So in this listen to the music, we've got a gentleman in his tux or tails singing, and he's got this little gramophone there and little, looks like mice, a cat and a dog listening attentively. In this case, it's funny because, well, we've got the penguin over here, and they usually, call people who wear tuxes, right? Like they're wearing penguin suits. So we have a little loose connection there. But the thing I'm drawn to here is actually the horn of the gramophone reminds me of a singing bowl, if you went around the rim to create music as well. So I think this is just a call to whatever music you're listening to, whether you're creating it or, maybe perhaps with a singing bowl for healing on the body is good too. Or maybe you're finding something in nature or nature oriented, like putting water in a crystal glass and, dipping your finger in it and running around the rim to create your own music that way. Or I've mentioned way earlier, grab a blade of grass and hold it taut between your thumbs and then blow through and you can create a loud kind of sound. So maybe it's just experimenting with all different forms of music, and I'm going to kind of jump all over the place. You'll notice when I do my readings, and that ties into the creativity and the looking at world with, childlike wonder and just experimenting and be creative with that music. And, whether you think you can carry a tune or not, you can. Everyone can sing. Nobody said it has to be, the most harmonious sounding or cacophony. It doesn't matter. It's expression. So everyone, yes, can sing loud and proud. Anyway, tap into that inner child and just experiment, have fun with whatever you're doing. And that helps, that, creates a happy and healed heart, when you're just in play, in a state of play and enjoying life. So anyway, apparently whatever he's doing, he's got a little audience, and it just is another reminder that animals help heal. If you have any around, or if you can't have any in the house, especially if you have allergies, go out in nature and just see if a little bird shows up near you or a cat comes running through, right? Just kind of connect through with whatever you can. Also as a part of being nourishing and happy and healthy for the body. And then we get into healing heart, and we have a little scene of a mer child and mother. Oh, excuse me, speaking of nature, I had a spider crawling up me right now, and I don't know if it is friend or foe, so I kind of had to knock it off. So that's why the camera jumped around. But there you go. See, I got my little animal visitation, and even though it's not a typical little fuzzy or thing like a cat to help healing, I have to believe it was benevolent. Anyway, I'm kind of keeping an eye on that. But anyway, back to the mother and child here. The little mer beings. Let me move this crystal. So we've got the little mer beings, and they're in water, so very healing. And it's just, again, a reminder to connect in with the heart. And here they're actually, touching each other's heart, I think, to really remind us of the power that we all possess, of bringing love in, really focusing on our heart space, which has a real physical, electromagnetic pulse that comes out, moves through our body and through our hands, and then can move into each other to help heal. And maybe you are already a healer and you know it, and maybe you aren't and haven't experienced something yet. I'm here to let you know that just recently, in the past 2 years, I had some undeniably, God source power moving through me to help heal people I didn't know I possessed, but it just happens when it happens, sometimes spontaneously. So be open to that. That may come right through you at a time when you least expect it. We all have that ability. This also says, you're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. So you can be a healer even through the tone of your voice. Back up to the music idea. Just how you communicate. Something with a loving tone can really help heal somebody or calm somebody in an instant. I think we all have had moments like that, where you've had somebody speak to you lovingly versus not. There's a big difference, and it affects our whole body, as we are made up largely of water. And there are plenty of studies on how if you talk nice to water or not nice to water, there are two very different outcomes in the structure of water when you look at it under a microscope. Anyhow, let's get back to the rest of this reading. So I'm going to move on now into the center card, which says purpose. Now, a lot of people say, what is my purpose? Or you're not sure, or you think you have a purpose going on, and you might find out that's not like your true purpose, or it doesn't feel very fulfilling. In this case, see how the turtle seems to be zoomed out and above, looking down on the earth. There are little stars, there too, so it kind of indicates that perhaps this turtle is really zoomed out in the galaxis somewhere, looking down on earth. Or it could be a little message of this little turtle's like a starseed, as they say, coming down to earth and to fulfill its purpose. Whatever the case, the the tortoise or the turtle here comes completely self-contained and equipped and ready. It comes with a living, beating heart, and it comes with its own shell for protection, which is the underlying card here, protection. So it comes fully equipped. And, if the turtle were to ask what is its purpose, like for us, the answer is it's just to simply be here and experience life on this earth. Now, some of us have more of an inkling of this is what I want to do, this or do that. But for others, it's just to simply be and bring that God spark here to earth and ground it in with the earth, and keep that love alive on this planet, because as we know, there are beautiful and loving and great forces, but there are also some very non-great ones, leaning into the very dark side of things. And so we're here to balance that out and hopefully uplift the planet even higher out of the dark reaches of those realms. So a purpose can be simply to be here and shine like those little stars that you see. Let me zoom in. Little stars on either side, right? And then also just create and express in the way that only you can do it. We each have a very unique way. We each have a totally different bag of experiences from when we're born till now, and that can't be repeated or duplicated. So, just to bring our uniqueness, our, unique us's to this planet and to this world, and to shine it out brightly, and to not worry about who's watching, who's not watching. Just be authentically us, okay? So, and that goes back to, inner child, to express, when you look at children at play, and if you can remember being a child at play, you just get lost in things for hours, finger painting, for example. It's not about creating the picture or the balance of the color or the proportion of composition. It's just about how great it feels to sink your fingers into that gooey paint and spread it around, right? Or into paste and things like that. It's in the tactile sensations of it all. It's experiencing all of it. So anyway, that's the reminder to look at the world with that childlike wonder. And back a little bit on the health side of things, it's just reminding me the way this little lamb is standing there with the dandelion, back to on the health side. If you're not feeling well, again, before you just think automatically, I'm going to reach for this allopathic way, or I'm going to reach for this naturopathic health remedy, before you even do any of that, just sit quietly and check in with yourself. And again, feel it out. What do you want, body? What do you want to heal? And let it tell you, whether it's a tea or something else, a certain kind of juice, or just water, or whatever it might be. But ask your body first, before just automatically jumping to what we might have been programmed with to go take or do, since a child, especially if it's not something based in natural things, ideally. All right. Anyway, we're going to move over here too. This was kind of actually the card I picked as a clarifier for the inner child. And right away, as I mentioned, we have the dandelions above. We have all these little beautiful plant leaf pieces and seeds and things, creating a beautiful art composition. And it says new ideas, hope, open-mindedness. And I love this too, because it's going to now tie into the cards below. When we look at that center thing, it looks like the flower of life motif, or also like a dream catcher. And I'm not going to really touch on this. I think it's pretty self-explanatory about new ideas, hope, and open-mindedness. That we stay in that kind of spirit of things and embrace these qualities as we move along in life. And as we move down here with Dreamcatcher, we have a clarifier on peace, moving into the near future, and kind of like a focus on peace. I say focus because some people like to meditate looking into the center of a rose. It's very relaxing when you do meditation, very peaceful state. And then as a little clarifier to that, we have moonlight, clarifier, we have moonlight, enchantment, magic, the moonlight. We have number 25 or number 7, the wolf howling at the moon. And so this just all speaks of, very nature-based, kind of some magical moments. I think when we look at the moonlight and the magic of the moonlight, we go down further to tie it in further to the dragon power, and that is number 11 or 2. And I kind of want to look at this in conjunction with protection as well. So I know I'm kind of wandering all over the place. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Kind of want to look at the peace and the protection along with the moonlight and the power. So we've got like kind of magical power going on. And that is our own inner light. We've got the exterior light of the moon up in that moonlight card. And then we look down here and we also kind of have the echo of what looks like a moon or a golden orb. And to me, that kind of represents or symbolizes maybe the power, the synergy moving between this, lovely celestial protective dragon, a benevolent one, and this woman down there, this like maiden sleeping in the grass. And we have the power of the earth, and we have the power of the stars, and we have the, so much power all around us to the exterior, but also within, right? And so we look over here at this protection card, and that's also just a basic thing that's within all of us, maybe the spirit to protect, and maybe this is just a call to connect in with that a little bit more this week. And just, there's just a grace about this card. This isn't protection by being fierce and raising up a sword type of thing. This is just knowing that we are so filled with love, and that love can, stretch out like in a sphere and go around and envelop and protect anybody that we really think about or ask or pray for protection of. And that sphere, can be within the heart space. In this case, it's kind of sphere above. It's almost like this angelic being, which is representation of all of us. We're sent in from somewhere else. I think we can all agree by that by now, and come to this planet from somewhere. That God spark comes inside of us, and that heart starts beating and pulsing out an electromagnetic white spark, out of quote unquote nowhere, when we're, a body in the womb. So anyway, it just kind of reminds me that it's almost like this being knows it's got the full power of, ability to protect. And it's just kind of projecting out, that symbolism of protection, above her, But anyway, see and read into it what you will. I think I'm going to zoom back out now at this point, and hopefully it was cohesive enough. I know it kind of traveled all over the place. But again, just to sum it up, overall reminder is we come here just by virtue of us coming here and being here. That is our purpose. You have anything else beyond that you want to go out and do good in the world or do things that feel good, that's all a bonus. And it's just, a reminder that since we are here, we'll be exposed to some things from time to time. We may need to cleanse, toxins and things out, or the body will do it naturally, even if we don't consciously do it at some point. And that may come out in the form of, stuffiness or a flu or a cold too. Somehow it's got to expel the toxins out of the body. And then otherwise we can, do certain things to naturally, take care of it from time to time. By being here, we're very much heart-centered beings, if we really want to be. Hopefully, that's the goal anyway, for the collective to evolve. And in that, we, really look at our heart, and the further we look into it, we know it's a healer. The heart itself heals. And by extension of the heart, if we really tap into it and really feel the love, if you find yourself, filled with love that raises up, and then you might even smile and beam that smile. And remember, even a smile is felt out there by other people and can be very healing as part of this whole, healing concept. You might want to dabble into sound bowls if you haven't done it, singing bowl, or any other kinds of sounds, especially connected with nature. Those heal as well. Remember to be that inner child, know your inner child, look at the world with childlike wonder, experiment, play, create, whether it's something artistic or not. And also we've got our beautiful protective powers, and especially when we connect in and meditate, we get to a state of peace, and that's when the real magic happens and comes out in our lives. And we've got that inner magic, and we can also connect into the magic of the whole cosmos and beyond, right? All right, so now I think that's it for now. What we'll do is go ahead and look at our 3 little figurines again. So if you pick the penguin, I'm going to make that number 1, the Moomintroll number 2, and the Sasquatch number 3. And I'll include a little more detail about what a Moomintroll is if you don't know what it is. It's by a Swedish/Finnish author named Tove Jansson. And it's about a little family of these little cute little trolls, and they're very friendly, kind, and generous. And sometimes they live in a home, and sometimes in a lighthouse or a theater. It's a beautiful book series, and I highly recommend it if you're not familiar with that whole world of the Moomintrolls. So, and then we've got the Sasquatch on the right, and that's on a little guardian bell. Okay, so maybe that means something for you. So go ahead and remember which one you selected, and if it's 1, 2, or 3, if you'd rather go by a number. So I'm going to move this. I got a nice little piece of selenite that wanted to be a part of the reading. And here's for number 1, or the penguin. So we'll put the penguin here, and you have, whoop, penguin doesn't want to stand. Okay, there he goes. And you got motivation. And it's funny because we kind of have a black and white theme with that. It looks like a skunk. I don't think it's a badger. It looks more like a skunk sitting by a sunflower. And you know what? I'm not sure what that white flower is. Someone out there might know. It's like on the edge of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But anyway, a very happy card. And actually it picks up the yellow in this, what I think is an emperor penguin as well. So everything really ties together by the colors anyway. And so motivation. Now this little, we'll call it a skunk, looks like he's not that motivated. But you know what? Maybe he doesn't have to be. Maybe this is a time for you. Maybe you have the luxury in a very nice moment of time to just sit and enjoy life and observe. And know that you've got the sun at your back. It's a very happy symbol, you know. And that you've got another white pure flower, you know, representing purity in the foreground, that all is well. You know, just sit there. You've got also a symbolism of good health and purity. And just know that maybe the motivation doesn't have to always be there. Maybe it will just well up at the right moment. And there's time to be motivated, but there's also time just to rest and relax. And don't stress it either way. Okay, that's all I'm getting for that message. All right, now let's pick for the Moomintroll pile. Let's see what we have. Okay, and for the Moomintroll, I'm going to just put on top of the other one. We have, actually it goes color coordinated. We have for the Moomintroll, put this outside. Okay, for the Moomintroll here, we have a beautiful little card, and it says focus. So we have a nice little octopus who looks very happy and healthy. And what is the octopus doing? It looks like he has thoughts, or she has thoughts of love. So it's really beautiful. So again, maybe it's just a message to whatever's going on in your world. Try to stay on the higher vibration side of things. And the easiest way to do that is, no matter what worries you might be encountering, is to, again, I say, well, this little octopus's eyes are open, but, or octopi, I would say, you know, close your eyes and just, as quick as the breath, you can start to get relaxed. And then if you even just drop out of your head and move into your heart space as you think about things in life, feel it out and, you know, think and feel it from your heart, not your head. You know, things seem to be, you know, more calm and more focused and easier to get out of things that can distract us in the mind if we just drop down into the heart, in the heart space. So that's all I'm getting for that one. And it's, you know, aside from the beautiful peach and happy colors, you know, maybe do something today for yourself that, you know, just captures this energy of this, you know, peachy pink, like this little Moomintroll too. You know, maybe just kind of get into that mood, whether it's having like an ice cream that's color, or sherbet, or making a little bubble bath for yourself, or just wearing something peach or pink, or, you know, even if, or buying a little soap or something that makes you happy. You know, just whatever comes to mind. Or having a pink frosted donut. I know they're horrible for you health-wise, but hey, maybe you just want it, need it for that little happy factor. Okay, that's all I'm getting there for the little Moomintroll. And now we'll move on to the little Sasquatch bell. And actually I'll ring it if I can. Yeah, it's just a light little ring. It's just a little guardian bell. Let me see if I can show you a better angle of the Sasquatch. Yeah, there we go. And on the back side it has like a foot, I think. Hang on. Yeah. So it's a little Sasquatch guardian bell. So let's see what little card we have for that. And here we go. Abundance. So little Sasquatch bell, and we got penguin down. Hang on, let's bring that over here. It's the reminder of what we're doing. Okay, so the Sasquatch bell, we've got stars, golden stars, and beautiful, healthy, you know, green and golden pairs. So abundance. So yeah, as we see, you know, you look into the heavens, and if you don't have a lot of light pollution, we've got a whole host of stars up in the sky and constellations. As I've said in other readings, maybe this is a call to also look at all the constellations if you're not familiar with them, and find out what would be your favorite, based on the shape or the number of stars or the brightness of the stars, just for a fun little exercise. And otherwise, this is just a reminder. Look at how much our beautiful plants or nature world gives us. Leaves, fruits, flowers, everything is always in abundance. And we just need to take a note from that. And again, look to nature, dial into nature, connect with nature. Whenever we falter and get too caught up in the 3D material world, where you might be, slipping into a lack mindset or something, get out of it by simply going out in nature. Fun little exercise, maybe not so fun, but just to really drive this message home, is go look and count how many leaves are on a tree. And I'm not talking winter when they're bare, but find a nice abundant tree. Actually, even if it's winter, I saw a holly tree not long ago, and it was filled with, all leaves and berries. And actually, I'm probably going to post a picture of that soon on my community page. Just a reminder, there's so much abundance, so much life. Actually, look no further than your own body. We have, billions or trillions of cells that replicate every single day in our body, without us doing anything. So just remember, there is abundance. You are abundant, and it has nothing to do with money or coins or any of that nonsense. We are rich and abundant just by being here. Back to the purpose card. Just our being here. We come equipped and we come so abundant. All right. Well, I think that's it. You know what? I'll turn this other extra card over for now that I had the other little figurines on, and just see if we have any other message. Why not? Okay. One more message. Comfort. Bam. There it is. Comfort. It's an interesting little mix of things in this bowl. I'm not sure if that's something I would quite eat, but maybe it looks good to you. The only message I get is, what is your comfort food, right? And why? And is it still your comfort food? Might have been, comfort food when you were little, but as you know, your taste may change as you become an adult. And for right now, maybe this is just an invitation to, feel it out with your body and ask it, what comfort food would it like? And if not for right now, maybe for tomorrow, and just treat yourself and enjoy. Okay, because you deserve it. All right, well, that's it for now. I hope you got something out of it. And again, the whole message or idea of this overall is just to bring something good to your life, even maybe a smile, uplift you a bit, or get you inspired or thinking about things, by looking at the cards or hearing the numbers or any number of things. So above all, I wish all of you well. I wish you tremendous peace and love. Lavender Sky Panther. Bye.